Hello, everybody. The Warriors took care of business at home, avenging the spirit of Draymond Green. The Warriors have been looking for ways to counter Sacramento's defense of double-teaming Steph Curry. For example, Kevon Looney setting a high screen for Steph. Steph's defender is going to stay with him. Sabonis is going to step up and hedge hard to challenge Steph when he takes the screen. Now Sacramento with two men on Steph playing the Shining Twins defense. Steph, play with us forever and ever. Just get the ball to Kevon and it's going to be a 4-on-3 over here. Well, that's easier said than done because Sacramento knows that's what Steph's trying to do. So they're going to do everything they can to try to intercept this little pass to Looney on the short roll. It just shows you that it's sometimes challenging to throw a direct pass. In the fourth quarter, the Warriors are going to try to counter with a relay. Moses Moody is in the corner. He's clearly not used to playing this. And Steve Kerr and Steph Curry are starting to yell at him and make motions that he's got to clear out. Steve Kerr, he's really trying to project because Moody is as far away as he can be on court. But Steve Kerr just starts waving his hands wildly to try to tell him to go to the opposite corner. Go that way. Moody's pointing at Kerr, saying, oh, wait, you want me to clear out to this corner? So it looks like Kuminga is setting a flat pick for Steph Curry in this pick and roll. Huerter is going to definitely stay with Steph Curry. No one ever got fired for following Steph. Kuminga's defender is planning to also stay with Steph. Kuminga is going to roll, and so then both these defenders are going to try to make it hard for Steph to throw a pass to Kuminga. So Steph says, let me relay by throwing it to my guy on the wing here. Then Steph accepts the double. Kuminga rolls, and that's a very easy pass. It's nice for Moody to be over here because if Moody had been back in this corner where he started, then this defender could make it hard for Kuminga to get the ball to Moody. But with Moody in this corner, this is a very clear 3-on-2 with a lot of space. And you might say, hey, Andrew Wiggins and Moses Moody, aren't they completely open for three? Why is Kuminga going to drive at two players? And Kuminga would say, it's because I've warmed up my hovercraft. Okay, this looks like the same concept. Kuminga coming up to set a screen for Steph. And we have Donte, DiVincenzo ready to play the relay. But Steph says, hey, I like the way this looks already. I'm not even going to wait for Kuminga to... So as Kuminga comes over to set the screen, he's like, oh, I guess you don't need me anymore. Steph whips it over to Donte. And then Steph runs hard and stampedes right into this little return pass. Huerter tries his hardest, but he has no chance keeping up with Steph. Without Sabonis on the floor, there's no one who can block a shot. We do have a rotation here. Steph with the gorgeous sky-high bank shot. Okay, here's a third wrinkle out of the relay. Wiggins setting a screen and then immediately slipping it. Steph whips a pass to Jonathan Kuminga in the relay spot. Steph wants to turn this into a dribble handoff. Kuminga just handing it to Steph Curry and then getting in the way of his man. Kuminga's got Huerter blocked off. Malik Monk over here is too far away and his arms are down. So Steph realizes he's open. And now for something completely the same. Kevon Looney setting high screen for Steph. This guy's got to get close enough to Steph to stop a potential pull-up three. So Steph whips the relay pass to Wiggins. On the wing, Kevon Looney is going to roll. And in case it's not clear what Steph wants Wiggins to do, he's pointing right at Kevon Looney's roll, saying, pass it to this guy. Looney is not the fastest guy on the court, but he moves fast enough to keep this defender from stopping his roll. Huerter felt comfortable leaving Kuminga because Kuminga is not a consistent threat from three. Kuminga has learned the golden rule, though, that as soon as his defender turns his head, he should cut to the basket. And Looney hits Kuminga just in time for more hovercraft action. Let's wrap up with a quick celebration audit. Warriors bench celebrating a three-pointer. Lester Quinones, he's not eligible to play in the playoffs because he was on a two-way contract, but he's still showing up for the bench celebrations. This is a three-gun. You can tell because he's got his two fingers very close together. Here's a good contrasting example. Coach Hilton Armstrong, his two fingers are completely wide apart, so this is not a three-gun. This is just an orthodox European three. You see, in different countries, they count on their fingers differently, and the one that we really care about is the 3. In America, we often count like this on our fingers, but it's very rare to celebrate a 3 ball with this symbol. It just feels uncomfortable. This European style definitely feels nice. And we have the Japanese style, which is where you put your fingers down for each one you're counting. And I don't know, I've never seen this in America. I think people would just be freaked out. Anyway, we've got Wiggins over here. He's just clapping. He's not flashing the 3, but I give him a break because look at this poor guy. He's got his knees encased in liquid nitrogen right now. It's just a impressive feat for him to be standing up. And our guy Steph here, I know he's just locked in, but he definitely looks like he got into Patrick Baldwin Jr.'s edibles drawer. And speaking of PBJ, this is a most intriguing look. I think this is really just a European 3 with a kind of spooky crooked fingers at the bottom here. He really reminds me of a vampire. He reminds me of 2 vampires. First, this kind of hand motion reminds me of like the really old-timey Dracula. Yeah, like these kind of creepy claws sort of look. PBJ's definitely got a little bit of that. But he also reminds me of, and I know this might sound crazy, but if you put like a really big hood on and you had a big cape and you put a monocle on him, like, don't you think there's like a little bit of resemblance to the Count from Sesame Street? You scored 1, 2, 3 wonderful points. I don't know, maybe it's just me.